What's up, everyone? My name is Luke, and I just wanted to come on here for an update because it has been a while, and I apologize for that. I know you all were worried about me, but it's fine. I'm here. I've just been over here kind of rethinking life and what I want to do in the future, and I think I want to move to New Zealand. I think I want to move there and get a job, do something different, restart life. Sounds like a fun adventure. But I live in Germany, and moving to New Zealand presents logistical challenges. The library that I have been building, curating, expanding, and treating like a wine cellar where you buy books that one day you will read. They strike your fancy for one reason or another, and you are just waiting for that time when you're in the mood, when you descend the steps into the coolness of the cellar and you peruse like you're at your own bookstore. I think that's why everybody builds home libraries now. Like when you think about it, is that we love going to bookstores and libraries when we were kids, and we find ourselves in emotionally fragile states nowadays. So we want to build that safety and security for ourselves, and we do that by buying books and then filling our houses with them. That's just my theory. Just been something that I've been batting around recently. But the thing is, moving is expensive on the best of days, and moving to the other side of the planet Earth is even more so. And I can justify the Stephen Kings. I can kind of justify the German Stephen Kings because, I'm still learning German, and, maybe one day I'll be able to read one. Maybe one day I'll be at that level of proficiency. And I can justify the John Grishams because they're always a good time, and the Michael Crichtons and the Thomas Harrises and all of my comic books, graphic novels, and collections of newspaper comic strips. Those I can justify. But there are so many other books behind me that are unknown. I don't know if they're good. And it kind of weirds me out, the idea of paying to ship a book in a crate across the world that turns out to suck. Like, I don't want that. I don't want shitty books. I don't want to pay for shitty books to make that kind of transit. I'm just not really interested in it. So I figured we should start a project about this, And the first step is to go through the shelves and pull out everything that I know I have no interest in reading. And then once those are gone, and I could bring them to my local grocery store, they have one of those trade it shelves where you just put any books you don't want. Somebody will come along and pick them up or not. Either way, not my responsibility once I put it on the shelf. So I'll bring those to the grocery store, and then I will start tackling these shelves behind me. And I will try to approach it with all the good nature that I can muster. It will be fun because it will either be a ringing endorsement about how this book is so good that I am willing to pay to ship it to the other side of the planet, and that's pretty freaking good, or it wasn't, to a varying degree of my unwillingness to pay to ship it. So, what are the numbers? We are looking at 16 philosophy or self-improvement books, 22 romances, 25 biographies, memoirs, or music books, like books about bands and stuff, 13 nonfiction books, and 119 fiction books. These are all rough numbers. I am sure, 100% positive, that there are books hidden around my house that I have put down for one reason or another. It's only a matter of time before I discover them. So the numbers are always subject to change, but it will either be one side where I'm going to bring it with me to New Zealand, or the other side where I am not. Currently, the book that I'm reading is Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig, and not to spoil the next video's review or anything, but it's going to go to New Zealand with me. It's a very, very good book. So, since this is YouTube, and since YouTube thrives on negativity, I figured you probably want to know what books I went through the shelves and pulled out and said, I will not read these ever. I have zero interest in these books. So let's do this very shortly. Brando Sando wrote a bunch of books. I'm not really a fantasy guy, and I've heard a lot of mixed things about Brandon Sanderson, specifically how the first couple of books will be very good, but then it will descend drastically. And since I don't like fantasy in the first place, I don't know, it just feels kind of like a waste of my time. Queen Victoria's Sketchbook by Marina Warner. Somebody got this for me because they know that I think that England is interesting, but what I do not find interesting is the monarchy, because I am an American. Rebecca Yaros's Fourth Wing, which I was interested in reading because everybody loved it. And I was tired of being the kind of edgelord guy that says, oh, well, if it's popular, it must be junk. But I have heard so much trash about the second one, and I have heard that this one is basically the Hunger Games with dragons, and that just sounds so friggin' boring. I'm not into it. You enjoy it, that's fine. I'm not here to diminish the joy of anybody else doing that. I'm actively trying not to be that kind of person, but it's not for me. And I think that these two things can coexist, a mutual level of respect. Don't come into the comments and tell me that I'm garbage for not wanting to read the fourth kind. E. Lockhart's We Were Liars. Holly Jackson's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And Namina Forna's The Gilded Ones. All of these were on a table that said, popular in the book sphere of the internet or something like that. And then it occurred to me when I got home that they meant book talk, not booktube. And I feel like there's a difference between these two levels of creator and consumer. And I feel like book talk skews way more young. And I'm not. The Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac, because Jack Kerouac is a fraud. And he writes the most boring books I've ever read in my life. James Fenimore Cooper's The Last of the Mohicans. And Lee Child's The Killing Floor. These are the books that I have decided I have zero interest in reading and will be bringing down to the grocery store probably today. Along with some books that I have already read and know that I don't want to bring them with me. Ready Player One, and a couple paperbacks of books that I would rather one day get hardcovers for. So yeah, that's the rule, I guess. We're going to go through, we're going to read, we're going to decide which column it's going to go into. It's a very binary thing, which is fun. I love binary things. And as far as books coming in, it will be severely limited. Obviously, new Stephen King's are going to be coming in, and new John Grisham's as well. Sure, why not? I know that I will read these. Also, V.S. Lawrence will always get a pass. One, because 80s Ghosts was a fantastic book, and two, she thanked me in the acknowledgments in the back, and it feels wrong to betray somebody who would be so kind as to do that. Also, if you haven't read 80s Ghosts, you absolutely should. It's fun. It's like an elevated R.L. Stine. She writes better than R.L. Stine, but still captures that youthful energy. You should check it out. And I think that's about it as far as the rules go. The bummer of it is that I know that there are going to be good books that are coming out between now and then, or books that I have just found out about that I would really like. I found out yesterday there's a collection, I don't know if it's annual or not, but it's an anthology series of women horror writers, and I really want to read that. And there's only 5 of them out there right now, and I'm thinking, I got rid of 5 books minimum right now, so why not? And that's just not the kind of attitude that's going to get me to New Zealand with a minimum number of books that I know are killer books. So I'm excited about this. My bank account is going to be excited about this. And the only thing that I'm going to lose from this is this sweetness right here. But we will see how it goes. And when I get to New Zealand, there's always bookstores. So we'll see how it all develops over the next few years. I hope you come with me on this. I'm excited about doing this. I hope you're excited about watching this, because with this framework, you don't really know what you're going to get. It's not like you could do very many themed episodes or chunks of episodes about stuff like this. It's just this and that just don't gel very well together. So I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you for watching. And you know, all the standard YouTube stuff, you know. And yeah, until the next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and have a great day. Goodbye.